For the closing note, I would like to thank actually all of you who have been with us for the last 4 days. Over the 4 days, 44 hours, we have witnessed very powerful and hard-hitting films from India and South Asia. We have watched 37 films, and we are about to watch the 38th one. In this edition of the festival, we had over 2,000 film submissions. Many of the films which we could not accommodate were also very powerful ones, but we ended up choosing 36, and we all watched them together and saw so many narratives unfold. In this edition of the festival, we also paid our tribute to two of our very dear departed friends, filmmakers, Tarun Bhatia and Navroz Contractor. And we are very grateful to Sanjeev Shah, who has come all the way from Ahmedabad to screen his cult classic, Hun Hunchi Hunchi Lal. It was made in 1992, but for the first time we saw it in Calcutta on the big screen day before. So we are very thankful. We would like to express our thanks, heartiest thanks to all the participating filmmakers who have trusted us, trusted this space to share their work and come here and been with the audience and spend time with us, been part of so many discussions and important conversations. This year there was something special in the run-up to the 11th KPFF. It was the Masterclass series. It was a series of 13 classes by veteran documentary filmmakers, including film directors, editors, audiographers, and cinematographers. And we want to express our gratitude to all the teachers that we had, including Anand Patwardhan, Anupama Srinivasan, Deepa Dhanraj, Ramani Arvi, Reena Mohan, Sanjay Kak, Somananda Sahi, Shukanto Majumdar, and Tarun Bhatia, who took a class before he left us. So this series of master classes happened between January, and it's still ongoing. We still have Reena's class, which is going to happen in early April. And all the students who took part in this workshop, I think they learned a lot about political documentary filmmaking from the masters themselves. So as many of you know, but some of you may not, I would like to stress that People's Film Collective, apart from organizing this KPFF, also organizes monthly film screenings and conversations throughout the year. So for example, we will start again after a break of 1 month. We will start again in May with our monthly film screenings and conversations, just to give you an idea of the films and the kind of issues that we covered last year between the 10th and the 11th KPFF. So in April, we had Land of My Dreams by Nausheen Khan, which was accompanied by conversation and discussion on the citizenship debate and the implications of the CAA. In May, we had Chardi Kala, which was a film by Pratik Shekhar on the farmers' movement. And in that, we were joined by one of the leaders of the BKU Graha group, who had a discussion on the political ideology of the groups leading the farmers' movement. In July, we had screened the film Gauri by Kavita Lankesh on her sister, the Gauri Lankesh, who was assassinated for her journalism, for her fearless journalism. And along with that, we had a conversation with Manoj Singh from UP, who was talking about the challenges of ground-level journalism and running independent media in India today. In August, we had the Frames of Freedom Film Festival. This year, we chose to focus on Palestine and Iran, and we had 6 feature-length fiction films from fiction and documentary films from Palestine and Iran, and many of you have been to that festival this year. In September, we screened Kaidi number 626710 Hazir Hai by Lalit Vachani, who, this is a film on Umar Khalid's incarceration, and he has now ended up spending 4.5 years in jail, along with many of his comrades, whose only crime was to organize people against the NRC and CAA. So as we are here, he still is in jail, he and all of his comrades. So we had a conversation with Bonojotsna Lahiri about that thing. In October, we screened Daag Daag Ujala, This Stained Dawn by Anam Abbas from Pakistan. And this was the moment when the women's protest against the RG Kaur rape and murder was happening in Kolkata. And it was a very big movement. And we also had participants and organizers and leaders from that movement who were involved in women's collective action come and speak after the film. In November, we screened The Pathan Sisters by Eleanor Bosenot, and this was a film on the aftermath of the Gujarat riots and those who bore the brunt and how they are carrying that memory even today. In December, in the Little Cinema, Little Theatre event that we had, we played, we had a replay. This is primarily, this event is for young adults and children. And we played Tariq Masood's Matir Moina, the Clay Bird, along with 2 plays by Rokia Rongmashal, which is a group by children's theatre group. So this is just to give you an idea of all these films, and just to say, what Shankhoda had said earlier this evening, that we really need to expand serious and committed screening spaces for all the political documentaries that are being made in India and also beyond. And we are very happy and we are very lucky that we have this committed audience who just turns up every month, not just in this festival, to help sustain this space. And the audience is not a passive audience by any count. So it is, this space is entirely sustained by the audience, and we can't stress more on the implication of this fact that we do not have to beg for money from corporations or from NGOs or from any kind of governmental or institutional, funding or sponsorships, but that this space belongs to the filmmakers and belongs to the audience, and we are accountable only to them, makes this space what it is. So that was a kind of a review of last year. Now a little bit about, the future plans, just a very little, because I don't have much time. So you know that we bring out a journal called Protirodhe Cinema, which is a Bengali journal where we write about documentary cinema and counterculture in Bangla. And this 9th edition is being prepared as we speak. It was supposed to come out during the festival, but we were frankly very overwhelmed with the master class and the festival and all the organizing going on in the back end. And so we will ask for 2 more months for that, to allow us that time to bring that book out. Now, when we come to talk about documentaries, it is an exciting time for documentary cinema. Experiments are happening in form in documentaries in India and the world. At the same time, political documentaries are also being very difficult to make because of the funding situation. Independent documentary filmmakers do find it very hard to gather funds, as Nirmal was mentioning, to make the films the way they want to make. As well as there is this tussle with the global funding bodies, the foreign TV bodies, and all of them, who also want to, they'll fund, but they'll try and dictate the form and content of the film. So independent filmmakers who want to make political cinema are really struggling to get their work out in this space. And I think it is also a responsibility of us who are screening to just hold on to all the spaces and also to expand them more. Which brings us to one of our plans in the coming year, which is we would like to take a section of the KPFF films as well as a section of the films that we have premiered throughout the year to more and more spaces in a decentralized fashion. And for this, we would request those who are interested in seriously, joining hands with us For example, we would like to take them to various districts in Bengal. We would like to take them to various campuses. We would also like to take them to places beyond Bengal. And if you would like to join hands in making all of this happen, we would really appreciate that. And I think these films really need to be seen by a lot more people than what we can manage, to mobilize in one festival or in monthly screenings. So this is an open appeal, and this can only happen if we have more support from you. So this is also an appeal for support. The second thing, looking into the near future, what we want to do beyond what we have been doing, is we would like to expand our programming beyond India and South Asia. Well, we have been doing South Asia for a lot of reasons, because in South Asia, all the nations, the nation states that are there, we are all connected by first of all, our geographical common space that we share, but also by our colonial past and the struggles against that colonialism and imperialism, as well as the current struggles that each of us are enduring in our nation states, be it in India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, or Myanmar. There are more commonalities than differences. Only, some kind of identities get shifted here and there, but we are seeing majoritarianism. We are seeing a backlash on the working class unlike anything before. And that kind of binds us. And I think the films that we sort of brought together, got that message out, that we share more than differences are made out to be more, but actually what we share is much more. But we still want to expand that programming beyond South Asia, and also include very important political documentaries that are being made in Asia and as well as beyond Asia. So for that, we will make a serious attempt in the coming year, coming edition of the festival. And for that also, we really appeal to you for your renewed and increased support, both financially as well as logistically, and by your participation, so that we can carry it forward. Now, the last part is when we give thanks. So first of all, once again, to all the participating filmmakers who have created and shared their work, many of whom have chosen KPFF as their preferred screening space over the years. Thank you from all of us here. Secondly, to Angela Rangad and to Sanjay Kak for helping us put up this photo exhibition that Tarun had made, out of his photos, which was titled Niyam, Faith, Hinyu Trap, which is downstairs. You must have seen that. We want to thank Deepa Dhanraj and Sanjeev Shah for giving us permission and helping us out with the logistics of putting up Navroz Contractors Photography Exhibition, which is here, right outside the hall. Thirdly, we would like to extend not just our gratitude, but also, these artists who have been putting up their work in this space, and whose work, always speaks truth to power. Olokananda Sengupta, you must have seen her ceramics and terracotta work downstairs. Abhijit Sengupta, he is a painter, and every year he paints canvases which are a part of the KPFF. We have Pavel Pal and Shayoni Nondi, who have put up the installations about the immigrant worker crisis, as well as the hopeful, very hopeful lantern kind of thing that they have made downstairs. And then we want to thank Rajoshi Dotto, who has sort of designed all the posters. He's interpreted all the films. He's made all the design as a contributing artist. We also would like to thank our artist friend Poriprap Chakraborty, who has designed the festival bag, and he's painted the Palestinian resistance on it, and he's designed this festival book, which he has also put what troubles us very much at this moment. We want to thank Shormishtha Chakraborty, who's cut the curtain raiser film, and Shobboshachi Pal, who's done sound mixing on it. We want to thank Badulda and Pabanda, please tomra ekটু এসো. Badulda and Pabanda in the backstage, who have just, they just don't move from here. 44 hours they're here. So Badulda and Pabanda are sort of like, they give us so much confidence, because whenever we think that Something will go wrong with the projection. We have sleepless nights about projection, which reminds us that we have to buy a new projector, so please help us in the fund box. And then all the staff at Uttam Mancha, including Tinkada and others. And last but not the least, I'll just read out there's last but not the least is the audience. But before that, let me read out the names of the festival volunteers, some of whom include college students who have, meticulously not just, done some mundane work, but they have been part of the core work. So their names are Anjali, Bhaskar, Deepjyoti, Farukul Islam, Joy, Koilash, Kakoli, Manush, Monisha, Mritika, Nilanjanda, Reshmi, Ripam, Shaima, Simran, Shonali, Suraya, Shati, Trishanjit, Riju, Shumit, Haru and Pulok, Ongira, Keshav, Arunika, Om and Tarun. So please give them a big hand. They have really worked hard. And also Atrey, who's joined us this year all the way from the US. So in the festival organizing team, we have the old ones, whom you have been meeting year after year. Anandaroop, Aniket, Anindo, Orkoprabho, who's always with his camera. You can find him here, then you can find him there. Orpitadi, Bhavotosh, who's feeding all of us volunteers. Devojyotida, Devi, Devi you have seen on stage, Dattatreya always behind his editing table, Doipayon, Jahangir, myself, Kunal, Narayan, Nirmallo, managing the book stall year after year. Big hand to him. Paroma, Priya, Rudro, Sriyotama, Shonak, Torisha, Trisha, and that's all. And last but not the least, to you, because, well, you make this festival what it is. And as we began in the opening note, we don't think a film gets finished on the editing table. We think a film gets finished amongst you, the audience, and you make the film complete. So thanks to you.